Do we have any questions for this young gentleman up here? Mia.
I feel like part of being secretary is making sure people are doing their job and pretty much reminding them. How do you think you'll go about that without offending them? Or even if you feel like you're going to offend them, like, would you be okay with that?
Randy will go first.
I'll go first. Right. Well, for me, I would pull them aside, like have a one-to-one conversation with them, like, because like for me, like it's really, it's easier for me to like talk with someone like personal, like one-to-one, than like it is in a group. Because like in a group, I'm more like refrain from like saying something like that could offend the entire group or whatever. But like in a one-to-one, like I'm able to like just speak my mind, but like in a way that's respectful and really not like it is critiquing, but like also like just just what to do, like to improve on that and whatnot. And yeah, like I don't feel like, for me, I would just pull them aside and like just really talk it out. So.
All right. Now, the thing, I consider myself to be a very forward type of person, and not only that, I've developed a very good relationship with many of the people within Fusion, which makes me like safe to say that like if someone's slacking into duties, I have no problem with just like grabbing him by the neck and being like, guys, put your crap together, man. Come on, let's go. And I would honestly expect anyone to do the same for me if I'm falling behind in my work.
Thank you guys. Any other questions? Daniel.
The position. Oh no. And then Blanco. All right. The position of secretary has classically been called the glue of the organization. You're going to be doing a lot of bureaucratic work, but you are going to be cleaning up the messes that all the other board members are going to have to make. One day you might be signing forms, sure, but other days you might have to drive or even cook. In an organizational sense, how good are you guys with readiness and improvisation?
Yeah, I did it first.
All right. Well, I know how to drive. I don't have a car, but I know how to drive, so there's that. I can cook. I'm not dead yet. The thing about improvisation is, well, I'm answering this question. The thing is, I honestly do believe that I can work off of what I'm given. Like the improv meeting, for example, I thought that was super fun. I can work off of what I'm given, and I can do it without, being like full drunks about it or anything like that.
For me, like I have no problem improv or like working like last minute, and what Sam said, like what I'm given, I'm able to like make the most out of it, and really just being able for this position, like I'm gonna have like really commit fully for Fusion, and therefore like I have like if they need something while I'm busy or whatever, like without a doubt, I'll help out with whatever we need to get done. Yeah.
Any other questions? Blanco next.
Would you rather have a board that's close but doesn't get work done, or a board that gets work done but isn't as close?
I would say like a board that's close but doesn't get work done, because like eventually I'm pretty sure we will, like if we're just because like since we're in board, like we have to step it up, and like even though like we're not going to be a perfect board, as long as we're able to like communicate and like really get what needs to be done, like I don't know, like it won't be as effective as like if they were too focused on the task. But like part of this board is not just like not like just making sure like we need to get stuff done, because from that we lose sight of like the members themselves, because if the members see the board like enjoying themselves, and they'll in turn like be able to like to really enjoy this club too, like it rubs off on them, and for me, like I feel like that's able to like open people up more, and like really have a passion just for this club more, and like hopefully that'll influence them to to, I guess, improve what this board couldn't do, you know.
Alright. I also would prefer having a board that's close but doesn't do their work well, because if you consider it one way, if there's a board that works well but doesn't like communicate at all, there's no cohesion, there's nothing going on, everything's a mess, you have 5 different clubs. And that just doesn't work for a single unified club. We need a board that, like, even if they won't want to work, they need to still be together so that when it's crunch time, everyone can pull through and like pull out what really needs to be done. I mean, if there's nothing holding the group together, then honestly, like, what's the point? No one in there is like working with each other anyway. It's not even a group.
I actually have 2 questions. One, you have a responsibility to the infusion. How would you like to improve the infusion for the following year?
You guys are both aware of infusion, correct? At one point, the secretary, one of their official responsibilities, one of their explicit responsibilities, is a monthly, weekly newsletter, which just essentially recaps what the club is about. It's supposed to be like our media source, essentially, that we hand out to people, and essentially just be a summary of our club, right? But in past years, we always let it fall through the cracks, and it always comes up kind of iffy, and always, it's okay. Again, what would you like to you guys? It's a newsletter. It's a newsletter.
So the question to repeat was, how would you like to improve infusion for the following year, if you'd like to have it?
Alright, well, I feel like there's no harm in trying infusions because it does seem like a good idea. But the thing is, like, creating like a full newsletter with like all this stuff, like, it's a bit more like, people generally won't want to read it. Like, if you want like infusion to really kick off and to want to be able to do it, like, it's got to be shorter, more to the point. It's got to be a summary. It doesn't have to be a big newsletter. I don't know. That's how I would change it.
Yeah, like for me, I would say like it wouldn't hurt to like try it out, but like, because you know I don't see anything negative that could impact on the club. But like just if we were to have it and like improve on it, I would say pictures say 1,000 words, and I would say like, you know, if we're able to like have pictures of us and, like, you know, having fun, or like what we do, like general meetings and stuff, and like, you know, like from that, like, you know, have captions here and there, like talking about like, you know, daily news that's happening in Fusion, that like, you know, it's able to like be informative for other members, like prospective members that are like looking in interest towards joining Fusion. And yeah, that's what I would do.
Oh, my other question was also related to the Constitution in your role. You have a responsibility to contact with the Fusion alumni. In one word, what would you describe that connection?
Like the connection itself?
The connection from Fusion this year to alumni.
In one word?
One word.
Important.
The word I would use is reflection, because really they're just like us. They're like a mirror of us, except in the future.
Alright, Sherry, then take one more question.
So, in order to give secretary some more meaningful responsibilities, one of the ideas the current board had was to have him or her be a coordinator for bringing back the convention that Fusion used to hold, much like the ones Puso or PAS or Kava has. My question is, do you agree with that plan? And if so, how would you go about that task?
Convention.
So she's referring to a lot of the other clubs will bring in like they'll like run out of room in the student center, they'll bring in a bunch of like industry people that can talk about, you know, the future and their world, their careers. It's essentially just a way of reaching out from students to the industry.
Since I answered Vince's question first,
Okay, anyway. So I honestly am completely unaware of, I'm completely unaware of this convention. So I would first want to learn more about it, but like, we have to consider not just how it will be helpful, but who will get the use of this. Because if no one shows up, then it will be a waste of time. So we need to first get serious interest before we can even begin considering it.
Yeah, for me, I would like take research into it and consider how it will be able to like benefit the club in general. Like, I guess it could possibly be like, I don't know, as a way to like connect with other companies, but other than that, I'd really have to like research like what would be needed and like how would we go about it, like through like financially and like if people are interested in doing it.
Okay, thank you. I think I'm going to take the last question myself, though. I mean, me personally, I feel like the secretary is one of the least glamorous jobs on the record. Again, I don't think your work is always really known or readily available. And I think it's safe to say it's one of the most underappreciated positions, especially historically. That said, how do you guys feel, considering that your work will go largely unnoticed and unappreciated by your fellow board members at times?
Well, for me, I'm used to that, like just like working hard and like without people noticing. Like for me, like I don't mind doing it just because like someone needs to do it, and like for this position, I'm willing to accept that role and do my best to help out Fusion the best I can.
Thank you. Sam?
Honestly, I never expected to get any recognition for any work I ever did ever in my life. Like the fact that I got the Fusion Member of the Month thing, that was a complete surprise to me because I don't even remember doing anything. No, the thing is, if you're in Fusion just for the fame and glory of having this position, then you really aren't cut out for it. It's not for you if you want the fame of it. You're supposed to help the club, not yourself.
Okay. All right.